name's Leslie, and welcome to episode 2 of the I Knit Around podcast. Today is Friday, November 25th, the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, no matter what you decided to do, whether it was be with family or friends or just stay home and relax. I hope you had a great day. It was actually a little bit warmer here in Ohio than normal for Thanksgiving. I think it was like 60-something yesterday, but we had beautiful sunshine, and so it was nice to be able to go outside, and people were walking and hanging out on their decks. It was just so unseasonably warm here in Ohio, and I think it's going to be for a few more days. So it's been really nice to not have the cold, wintry weather yet, but I'm not sure how long that's going to stick around. But today I did want to talk about some of my works in progress. Last time I recorded a podcast, it mainly focused on the Stephen West make-along for 2022, the Twist and Turn shawl. So I'll give you guys updates on that, as well as a few other projects I'm currently working on. And then also some new acquisitions and some projects I plan on working on in the month of December. I can't believe we're so close to December. This year is absolutely flying. So for first off, I will start with the West Knits make-along shawl. I'll show you guys where I am currently. Hopefully I can do this without dropping any stitches. So, at the last podcast, I think I was on clue 2. I had just finished, or was about to finish, one of the wings. Oh, this is definitely all tangly. Okay, so currently, make sure I have it right side up. I don't want to show it to you guys upside down. So currently I have clue 1 still done. I finished this wing, the second wing, and then the cable panels on top of both of those wings. And then I also have done one of the long stripes with the cable knits, which I actually really enjoyed this part. I wasn't so sure, and at first I was like, oh, I'm just going to do it with a cable needle and not even try doing it without a cable needle like Stephen suggests. But it's actually a really easy pattern to get down and really fun. I got through this strip really quickly. For some reason, I've kind of stalled out on this strip. That's about as far as I've gotten. I'm hoping to this weekend to at least get this strip finished. That way I can get on to the last clue of making all the stripes in between here. If you've seen the pattern, you know what I'm talking about. The stripes that kind of connect the wings and the long strips. I did not, or I haven't so far, done the embellishments where you make the little I-cords and add it in here into the cables. I think I am going to do that, but I'm going to wait until the shawl is completely done to go back and add those in. At first I didn't want to do the embellishments because I like the cables so much. It was such a fun part for me to do and I enjoyed it. And I love cables. Cables are really beautiful. But I think given the color, it's just kind of blah compared to the rest of the shawl. So I think it really does need that pop of color. So originally I'd planned to be done with this entirely by the end of November. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. I'm really not too stressed about it anymore. Like, since the knit along has ended, I'm kind of like, it'll get done. Hopefully it gets done before the end of next year. I would love that. And I would really love to get it done before December knitting kicks off, because I do have 2 Advent projects I want to work on, in addition to some other projects I already have going and other things I want to cast on. So I just want to feel like I have the freedom to work on whatever projects I really want to, and not feel like, you know, I have to get through knitting, which is kind of how I feel right now with this shawl. I am enjoying it. It's a very large project, which Stephen West tends to like. I am enjoying it, but I kind of just want to get it done so I can get on to Christmas knitting, because this is my favorite time of year. I love Advent knitting. I love Christmas knitting. as you'll see in a little bit, I got some beautiful Christmas yarns, and like I cannot wait to use them. So it's taking a lot of restraint to not have cast any of them on yet. So I really want this to be done by December. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I do still have all day today, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday without a whole lot of plans or things pulling me away from knitting. So my plan is to really hit it hard with the twist and turn shawl and just see how far I can get it before December 1st. Another thing I am working on right now, bag, is the Christmas in the City shawl by Tammy Gore. It is in my Fancy Boy Fibers bag, which I love. It has a zipper, very cute. I love all their bags. I actually bought a few Christmas bags for my Christmas projects. So currently I am on the 4th panel of this. So I'm in a panel that's stripes and texture. So you kind of alternate between the eyelet panels and the stripes and texture panels. And this will actually be pretty decent sized wrap. Sorry, it's a wrap, not a shawl. It'll be a pretty decent sized wrap. I'm not sure exactly how long it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to look at the pattern, but it is pretty wide. I'd say about 24 inches wide is how mine is coming out. So it will be a decent size, so it'll be nice and warm for this winter. I'm really enjoying working on this. This had been my lunchtime knit. I just kind of stuff it in my work bag, and then when I get a few minutes at lunchtime, I take it out and do a row or two, and it's just relaxing little reprieve from work. So I try to keep those projects some like easier, mindless knitting, nothing too intense, or if I have to stop in the middle of a row, it's not a big deal. But I did work on this much of the day yesterday. Let me see. My thing is still in here. My progress keeper. I can't find it. Where did it go? Oh, it's all the way over here on the side. So I did that much. Started down here in the eyelets. I did a lot of knitting yesterday, dang. I felt like I didn't do all that much, but I did that much. And I think I have only about 4 more rows to go in this panel before I switch back to the eyelets, which this time it will be in the yellow color, which for this pattern I am using Red Stag Fibers yarns. The yellow color is Antique Leather. The navy blue is Her Majesty's Royal Navy. Let's see. The first color I used was this lovely gray. Let's see. I think it was, I want to say Stonegate, but I'm not entirely sure. Guess I'll surprise myself here. Stonegate, yes. So Stonegate, and then I'm going to be adding one more color in, and it's kind of a lighter gray, and it's called Castle Rock. So I really liked all these colors together. I really like yellow and navy together. It wasn't until I actually got the yarn that I was like, oh, it kind of reminds me of Ravenclaw colors from Harry Potter. So I thought that was kind of fun. But yeah, I'm loving the yarn. I'm loving the colors. I'm really enjoying this project. It's a really easy, mindless knit. And I think in the description, Tammy even mentions that it's just kind of a comfortable knit for this season when everybody's rushing around so busy with things that you can just pick up and get going on no problem. So I'm really enjoying it. So this will probably not be done by December, and I'm fine with that. I had planned on working through this through the Christmas season. So however far this one gets, that's fine. I'm not stressing with this one. The only one that I feel like I'm under a time crunch with is the West Knit shawl, just because I'm afraid if I don't get it finished, it will be stuffed in a bag in the corner and it will not see the light of day for like a year. So that's why I really want to get that one done. I'm also working on some scrappy socks. I had told myself I wasn't going to cast any scrappy socks on, or any new little projects on, while I was working on the West Knit shawl, but that didn't happen. So this is in a cute little pumpkin coffee bag from Stitchbird Studio. And I'm just making a pair of scrappy socks on 9-inch circulars. These are just vanilla socks. I decided to do stripes. I'm trying to remember the colors of these. The blue is Albus by Linden Wool. The purple stripe is by Malabrigo. I can't remember the colorway for it. And this speckled is actually something I've had for years, and I have no recollection of what it is or the colorway. I need to get better at keeping track of those things. But I am to the heel flap. I'm just working on the heel flap right now, which this is a project that I think is going to go on hold until after the holiday season, because like I said, I have several things I want to cast on for December and feel like I can work on those freely. So this is going to go on hold until January, which I'm perfectly okay with, because sometimes it's nice to just pick up projects. They're already cast on, the yarn's already figured out, you're already a good way into the pattern, and just be able to knit away on it. So this is going to go away until January. And one other work in progress I have right now, I started this in September with plans of having it done by Halloween, which got disrupted when I very suddenly decided to do the make-along. That was not in my plan, so it was rather spur of the moment. So this is not finished, but it will definitely be finished by next Halloween, because even though I'm not currently really working on it, it's been a couple weeks since I've worked on it, it is going on my January pile. So this will be perfect to pick up Mindless Knit in January. This is, oops, I'm going to make sure I don't lose any stitches. This is a Flax Light sweater by Tin Can Knits. And if you can see the yarn, it's really, really beautiful faded set. It is called Haunted Woods Fade Set by Suki Mountain Fibers on Etsy is where I got it. So I'm doing the Flax Light sweater by Tin Can Knits, which is a free pattern on Ravelry in case you're looking. And it's a really great just basic sweater pattern, which is what I wanted. Now the pattern does have these kind of panels of purl bumps all the way down the shoulders and sleeves, and I took those out and just made them knit stitches. So it's just a really basic sweater, but I love it. I love it. Originally, I was not crazy about the pooling of color between the orange and the white speckles, but it's kind of grown on me, to be honest. So I'm okay with it not being a perfectly faded sweater. So I am actually on the bottom ribbing. I just have probably about 1 inch more of ribbing to do, and then I'll be casting off, and then the sleeves. So I'm definitely halfway there. But unfortunately, it didn't get done in time for this Halloween, but it will be done for next Halloween. So like I said, it's going into my to-do for January pile, and it will get picked up again in January. So let's talk acquisitions. Who doesn't love ordering or buying new yarn? It's so much fun. And this year has been really difficult for me to not buy more Christmas yarn. I bought 3 skeins of Christmas yarn, and I honestly could have bought so much more, but I've tried to be realistic with myself. I will not get through a whole lot of Christmas yarn, but I'm trying to be smart about the projects I plan, and so I hopefully can get through most of the yarn pretty quickly in December. We'll see. I feel like I'm always overly ambitious. Like I said, I have 2 Advent projects I'm working on. Plus, I want to get through 3 skeins of Christmas yarn. Plus, you know, all the typical holiday stuff that comes with work parties and family parties and all this. So here's wishful thinking of things that I would like to do with the Christmas yarn. So for acquisitions, the first thing I have is Buxom Cat Knits, some of their Christmas yarn. This is Ghost of Christmas Future. This is a sock set from them, so it has the little mini with the main skein. It's on their Sansi sock yarn. It's a 3-ply. It is an 80/20 merino base. And I am thinking for this, I'm going to do a pair of fingerless mitts and then a matching cowl of some sort. I haven't decided on the patterns, but I definitely think with this being more of just a deep dark colorway as opposed to specifically Christmassy looking, it's something that I could definitely use all winter long. So I definitely want to do something cute that I can wear and use all winter long here in Ohio with this. It's super squishy and soft, and it's taken everything I have to not cast something on with this yet. So the second Christmassy thing I have is by Weird Sisters Wool Emporium. This is on their Carol base. It is a 75/25 superwash merino, and this colorway is Leave a Peppermint Stick for Old Saint Nick. So with this one, I am very torn about, do I want to do a pair of really cute Christmassy socks, or if I want to hold it double with some mohair and do something like the Sophie scarf by Petite Knits. I think this would be a really cute gift to make for somebody. So yeah, I'm still deciding exactly what I want to do with this one. But that's half the fun, right? Is picking out the patterns to go with all the yarn. This one is by Storied Fiber Arts, and it is Rustic Christmas, and I'm super excited about this one. I love it because in contrast to this is super fun, like bright Christmassy, and this is more neutral, toned down Christmassy. So I'm really excited to try this one too. She does beautiful, beautiful colorways, so I was really excited to see when she made this one. I was like, yeah, I definitely have to get that. So once again, I'm trying to decide Sophie scarf or socks, or maybe like a muscle burr hat, or what exactly I'd like to do with this. This is really beautiful yarn, and so I hate to make them just socks where most people aren't going to see them when I wear them. I want to wear something, you know, for everybody to see, and so we'll see. We will see what this ends up as. Sorry if you can hear my dogs in the background. They're outside right now. And this last one, it's not Christmassy, but it is a recent acquisition. This is on the Amelia base. It's 100% superwash merino and DK weight in the Dark Magic colorway by Yoshi and Lucy. And once again, this has been calling my name to cast something on. This I originally bought to make a Sophie scarf by Petite Knits. So I think I'm still going to do that with it, but I think I'm going to hold off and wait until January to see what projects I have on the needles. And yeah, with this not being specifically Christmas, it won't be a big deal at all to still be working on it after Christmas is over, when it's still wintry outside. So as you can see, yeah, I have several things to figure out and cast on and have fun with this Christmas season. And I'll be sharing more about my Advent projects probably on December 1st. So you'll get to hear a lot more about those and see my yarns. So I think that is all today, but thanks for joining me on my podcast. Please find me on Instagram. I knit around. Message me or tag me in your post. I'd love to see what you're making or what you're working on this holiday season. So with that, I will say goodbye. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.